Today is all about fall DIY decor. Project number 1 is a harvest moon. I started with this crescent moon from Dollar Tree, and I popped off that witch, and we're going to be using the back side. I also used some IOD paper clay and IOD molds, and I gave the moon a coat of Waverly chalk paint and plaster. Now I'm arranging the molds onto the moon, and the last thing I'll add is the little flower for the eye. Next, I'll use some Titebond glue to adhere the molds to the moon. Once the glue has had time to set up, I went back with my Waverly chalk paint and plaster and painted those molds. The next thing I did was I added some wax, but I made my own wax using clear wax and a little bit of black paint. I lost the footage of this, but I just wiped it on the molds, the moon, everything, and then went back and wiped it off in sections. And here you can see how it looks once I have done that. Now I'm going to go back with some Rub and Buff in antique gold, and I'm going to be rubbing that on the top of all the molds and around the edges of the moon. I love the way the Rub and Buff highlights the molds, and you can just see it come to life as I rub that on. And now you can see here how I'm going around the edge of the moon as well. I absolutely love this harvest moon, and you can see here that I did get a little bit of that Rub and Buff in the wrong place, but I still love it. Next up, we have a harvest basket. I thrifted this basket from the Goodwill bins, and it's gorgeous as it is, and I kind of wish I'd have left it white, but I decided to make kind of a burnt orange color and to dirty it up just a little bit. So I'm mixing together 2 colors of paint in order to get that color. I also used a little bit of antiquing wax to help turn it that burnt orange color, and it did not take much. This was just acrylic paint, so it did take a couple of coats to cover this basket. After the second coat, I did go back and dry brushed it with, I believe it was Truffle by Waverly. This added just enough dirt and grime to the basket. Project number 3 is a harvest tag. This is a tag I got from Dollar Tree, along with some rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree and some other transfers that I got from Etsy. I selected this bunch of pumpkins down in the corner to put on the tag, and I'm going to cut those out and then rub those right onto the tag. The other rub-on transfers I haven't had a chance to use, so I thought this would be the perfect time to try and use them. So I just cut out a couple of sprigs and added it to each side of the pumpkins. I originally thought I would just use some tracing paper and trace these words onto the sign and use a paint pen, but I didn't realize that my paint pen is much fatter than the letters, so I just did not like the way it looked. So I decided to use my Cricut Joy and cut the words out on it. You could use sticker letters for this. I just didn't have any stickers that were white. If you want more inspiration, here's another video I think you'll like. I've got a lot more ideas there. Remember to share the sheet. Thanks for watching. Bye now.